Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a fresh new week of the eISL powered by Coca Cola. Before we get the event started, a huge shout out, of course, to our associate sponsors, Hero, our esports partners, Notwin Gaming, our platform partners, PlayStation, and our digital collectibles partners, Terra Virtua, for making this event happen. Joining along with me is, of course, Azim, and today we've got some fresh, new, exciting matches altogether. We do have FC Goa making a comeback after a long, long time.
Yeah, I've been really looking forward to seeing them in action. But quickly, let's take you through the tournament format. This is, of course, the business end of the league stage, which will culminate on the 30th of March. 110 matches of these being played, 2 games per match, 2 1v1s and 1 co-op. The top 4 teams will be making it to the finals to be played to the 19th and 21st of March. And then, of course, the 2 winning team members go up against each other to fight out for a place in FGS 2022.
Oh, yeah. That is what we're talking about. And, just that is not on the line. A lot of money as well involved. And I heard along that we are adding a few more perks. Of course, the winner getting 15 lakh rupees out of 78 lakh rupees prize pool. But this is where it's getting so exciting. 4 lakhs for the MVP and a personalized NFT of the player by Terra Virtua.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, an MVP candidate that we will be seeing today in V. Sharma, a player who has had a few personal struggles of late. We wish him and his family, of course, the best. But back in action will be great to see the boys in FC Goa back again and competing for those top honors. And yeah, very, very exciting game in prospect today. It's FC Goa versus Hyderabad FC. And let's quickly take a look at the leaderboard because FC Goa, of course, have been out of action for a little while and have dropped down to 7th place. But few games in hand, they can easily find their way back into the top 4. Potentially even find their way back to the top of the table because they have 3 and 4 games in hand over Chennai FC and Mumbai City FC. And for Hyderabad FC, got a momentum going a little bit in their favor after that last win, and hopefully very outside chance that they can make the top 4, but they just have to keep winning.
Yeah, the biggest news being made, of course, by Adi Zima as he defeated Suranj Jain. But today he's got an equalized matchup, of course, against V Sharma. So that's going to be interesting. But of course, Afnan and DK, they're going to be starting things off. And DK has also been having a good run lately. Afnan, of course, would be a little rusty today. Azim, that is what I feel, both the players. So I think they're going to take a little while to get themselves really acquainted with the ongoing league right now. But as we take a look at their head-to-head, there you go. I mean, FC Goa still obviously being the better teams in terms of the statistics, but Hyderabad FC really can't rule them out because lately they are on a blistering form.
Yeah, absolutely. Hyderabad FC finding form at sort of just the right time. I mean, they would have wished that they could have found that form just a little bit earlier in the tournament. And if you look at the last time out, in fact, Hyderabad FC, one of the few teams that actually managed to beat FC Goa with Adi Zima early on in the piece, getting the FC Goa managed to get that win, but Adi Zima was one of the few players who managed to beat Afnan up top in the tournament when he wasn't quite in form. V Sharma sneaking that 1-0 win, and of course in the co-op, which is FC Goa's strength, where they've won most of their matches, sneaking that 2-1 as well.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that has always been, the USP, you can say, for FC Goa. And here we are, the boys back with sleek new haircuts. And Afnan, he's just raring to go, right? He's really excited. And this time we've got a different matchup, considering the last time Afnan, of course, went against Adi. But this time he's going up against DK. Now, taking a look at both these players, DK has been, gaining back his old form. He's playing at his natural best. But Afnan, this year we did see an Afnan a V2. But we've got to see this time, at least in this match, after not playing for quite a long time, how is he going to reclaim back his lost form as the kickoff is on its way. FC Goa, this time with the white from left to right, and Hyderabad FC in their red and yellow from right to left.
Yeah, let's see if FC Goa have any new changes to their lineup. Going with standard back 4 that we have seen them go with. Does look like there is a Neymar in place for FC Goa as well, and sticking with the standard midfield of Matthias and Ruud Gullit in there. So not too many surprises in terms of team selection. Afnan moving that ball around quite nicely for FC Goa, just trying to get his feel back into the game, getting forward with those fullbacks nice and early. and well, acrobatically kept in that situation. And Hyderabad FC and DK can now get a feel of the ball themselves, or rather try to, because the ball's been given away. And good early pressure from Afnan,
Yeah.
feeling his way into the game and looking, well, we expected rust, but not looking quite so rusty at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, he's just trying to keep possession and gain as much control of the midfield. But right now, he's again, trying to create that little bit of a space, room for some extra attack. This is a more mature version of Afnan that we haven't really seen much. And, he's oozing out a lot of confidence today. Again, passing it on towards Khalid. Ronaldo with Neymar. He was about to take the shot, but again, DK being really alert at the right moment, made that tackle, managed to get the possession away, and now he's on an attack of his own.
Yeah, in all the build-up, Afnan looking fairly confident, but of course, just as he gets into the box, DK has improved a lot defensively as well. It's amazing what, one or two wins and that little bit of confidence can do to your game. Suddenly, all that terrible luck of his seems to have well, seems to be behind him, and he can now focus on. Ooh, that's a bit of
Oh,
a risky pass over there from Afnan, but no harm done, and he will look to build again. It is a little cagey at the moment. Both teams sort of taking their time and trying to build up. Nobody really taking any major chances. And of course, for those of you who are into the NFT ecosystem, you can get your animated team mascot worth 19.99 for free at terravirtue.io/ISL. But hang on, this is Afnan getting into the box, almost fashioning a chance, but DK deals with that well.
yeah, just went in for that last second cutback, but could not really work out. But this could be a really good break for DK as he has broken through with Ronaldo. He's going to look for that cross, does receive it with Mbappe. And I really felt should have gone for the shot, maybe. But either ways, Maldini making the rescue and FC Goa. This could have been a bad shock right from the early start because, again, the way this attack sort of built out really came off from a counter attack and would have really hurt them. But regardless, the damage has been mitigated. Nothing much happening over here as we still are 23 minutes inside the game, and both these teams leveled up. No goals yet to break the deadlock. But again, Hyderabad FC, they're trying to apply a little bit of pressure over there, and these sort of cheap giveaways at such a crucial point is not really gonna help their cause, would it?
Yeah, for sure. And particularly the chance that DK created, I'm sure the cross he was going for, he didn't intend it to be as deep. He actually should have been looking for, or would have been looking for the runner at the near post. But I think just put a little bit too much power into the input, and that ended up going far post. It is a very, very fine line when it comes to crossing, and Afnan will be breathing a sigh of relief, but he's worked this very, very well. And again, reluctant to take the shot over there, maybe not the right person over there, but we have seen Ruud Gullit score some incredible goals within the eISL this season, so I'm not sure why people are so reluctant, because he always seems to be the man for the big occasion. And now DK trying to build, but again, Afnan defensively looking very compact, very solid. Only been really the one counter attack that has really perturbed him. He has created a couple of half chances. I would say they've not been very clear cut opportunities. And again, yeah, it's just we've seen in the last time as well. It was a fairly low scoring tie between Hyderabad FC and FC Goa. It was 1-0, 2-0, 2-1. So not the types of teams who you generally see massive score lines with, and that is being reflected in the game so far. Now DK trying to look for Ronaldo. Will he go back for that 1-2? Nope. Afnan steps in there very, very nicely. Will look to build from the center of the park, or will he bring his centre back forward? That's a bit bold to be bringing your centre half forward on the right back position, but it works out well for him. And again, DK looking very organized in defense. No gaps for Afnan really to exploit. There is one on the right flank. If he can spot it, goes through the middle, and the ball falls to the goalkeeper of Hyderabad FC.
Yeah, and again, this time, however, we're seeing FC Goa spotting Yashin. We've seen a lot of Casillas, we've seen a lot of Van der Sar, but there are still few players who like Yashin. And right now, again, Afnan is on the attack from the left wing. with Gullit. I'm rather surprised. He's made quite a run, and there he has a chance. He can go for the shot.
Yeah.
Indeed, he does. And just before the stroke of half time, Afnan scores, and there you have it. FC Goa getting that much needed lead as they head in.
Yeah, it has been coming and worked really, really well there by Afnan. Stayed patient, didn't really try to, push for an unnecessary pass, an unnecessary move. Made sure he did the right thing over there and took the shot, unerring finish into the corner. And great time for him to score just before half time. He might be able to double up that lead if he wants to right now. Nothing really to lose, no real extra time to be played, so he can just try to put a cross in and see what happens. But on the ball with Neymar. Will he go for a shot now? There's not going to be a lot of time available to him shortly, so it needs to happen now. And there you go, ball's cleared out, and it will be half time with FC Goa leading 1-0.
Oh, yeah. And, again, this is going to help their cause a lot, right? Because we were getting really concerned. FC Goa, they've been out of action for almost about around a month. And here we have V. Sharma finally making a comeback, getting to see him after a long, long time. Likewise, he's been going through a tough time, but I believe he's gonna make a very strong comeback today. It's just waiting for the game to get started. But yeah, Afnan much needed because with the commencement of this new year, we did witness a completely new version of him, a more confident Afnan, and now I think he's just taken it a notch above. Now you can clearly see he's not panicking, he's not under pressure, he's not having those nerves anymore. He's just waiting for his game to get started. And for DK, हमेशा DK के साथ कुछ ऐसा ही होता है. Just before the half time, he was doing so sound, he was looking so good, and he conceded. And not really in a manner that he would have wanted, but it is what it is. Things might change as the second half is finally on its way.
Yeah, DK will be a little bit more aggressive, has to be a bit more aggressive in the second half. Remember, for Hyderabad FC, at this point, the situation they are in, almost every match is a must-win match for them. And now, with Eusebio getting into the edge of the box, now with Neymar, almost managing to trick his way through. Very, very close, but a good positive start to the half from DK. That'll give him some confidence. It will also give Afnan a little something to think about. And as the game progresses, of course, DK is going to attack more and more, and that will leave more gaps in the midfield. But speaking of gaps, Afnan has found one straight away. But the pace of Theo Hernandez there, working well. Still a chance for Afnan with Pele in the box, trying to twist and turn and create a shooting opportunity. He has done, and almost the Marseille roulette and the little ball roll working out for him. But DK handles that fairly well, and the counter attack snuffed out immediately. So Afnan looking very, very solid today, has to be said. Continuing on in that sort of 2022 Afnan 2.0 version that we have been seeing. Really controlling the game for the most part. And again, we'll have an opportunity with the roulette again. I think probably could have just taken the shot immediately after the skill move. But now it's DK kept coming forward on the counter.
Yeah, I mean, right now DK, he's got to find that equalizer, and he's got to do that really soon. Now, of course, both these players, they've been playing a really sound FIFA, not making a lot of errors, few cheap giveaways, but that really happens. That's something that players tend to capitalize on, your opponents. But again, DK could do a little better, and this could have been a good chance. Yes, he is capitalizing, entering inside the D box. Matthias passing it on towards Neymar, and he's got to dribble it across and maybe try to go for a score, but no. Matthias making the interception at a very crucial moment. And there you go, FC Goa. They threw outside, not really where he intended to, but it's fine, as long as the threat was dealt with. But still, it's back on it again, and Eusebio's got a really promising chance. And these are the moments, Azim, I really feel players should try and take their chance on goal, right? Because trying to go in for that final pass and somewhere down the line it sort of gets intercepted.
Yeah, and let's see if Afnan has learned from those last two attacks, because he's got very, very close to getting a shot away. Not quite managed it this time. Being patient, will look for the opportunity with Gullit. Goes straight back out to Matthias. Again, offside trap being used over there by DK to make sure that Afnan is stuck outside the box. Doing well to keep a hold of that over there. Being very, very patient. Not really rushing this, and that is the right thing. But of course, when you do all that, you need to make sure that when the chance comes, you take it. And he does take it. That is 2-0 for FC Goa, and could that be one of our Terra Virtua's super moments of the match? Because that is a hammer blow
Yeah.
for Hyderabad FC and DK.
This is exactly what FC Goa needed to send a message. Guys, we are still there. We haven't lost our touch. The moment he went for the shot, just look at this. Oh, not really finding a lot of gaps, not really finding a lot of opening. It was a sliver, and that was all Afnan needed to score. And with this, of course, DK, this is going to be such a devastating blow, like you said, right, to their cause, because they're yet to find that one goal up. Now he's again, trying to go for a quickie. He's going to try and get that really soon. But, this is sort of has been a quintessential problem for most of the players that we have seen. They start second guessing the players that they're controlling, right? Maybe a pass could help. You should go for a shot then. A lot of players have done that. One of the biggest examples, of course, will be Ankit Gupta, who would be playing later on in the evening. But right now, DK again with Mbappe is trying to get inside the D, and that is a promising one. And there you go. Finally scoring. Hyderabad FC not really out of this matchup. And with that being said, it's 2-1.
Yeah, very, very quick comeback there from DK, and a very good goal that he scored over there. Finally playing on instinct. You can see maybe a bit of a change in formation, going for that 4-1-2-1-2 diamond formation over there. So could be that he's trying to do something a little bit different. Will be trying to attack with his fullbacks as well. But really, really carved that defense open. Maybe Afnan, after scoring that second goal, losing a little bit of concentration and needs to sort of get it back. He has been in this situation before where he's had a big lead and almost thrown it away from being, I think, 3-0 up
Yeah.
and almost losing it with a 3-2 scoreline. So he needs to keep his focus. He needs to keep his concentration. Of course, V. Sharma, as usual, will be giving him all the tips that he needs on the side. And for now, it's Afnan, I think, needs to keep the ball as much as he can. We have seen as now the league stages grind to an end where all the matches keep getting more and more important. We have seen towards the end of the game players really, really just holding on to that ball and not giving an opponent the opportunity. We saw Hyderabad FC, in fact, do that against Odisha FC. But now, Afnan instead getting straight back in. Will he find that right pass over there?
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
Oh,
and takes the shot. And a brilliant goal straight off the bat from Afnan. Little shake of the head saying, oh, I shouldn't have conceded that goal. But it doesn't matter if you can go up the other end and score straight away. It is 3-1 FC Goa. And you would have to say, barring some kind of miracle, that's pretty much it for DK in this game.
I think it feels lights out, and what a strong comeback from FC Goa. We've got to say that, not having enough play time for quite a period. Almost a month has been passed by that we've seen these two lads play, and look at how they have made their entrance back in again. And DK just trying to race in through, but I mean, it's just gone out for a corner. But with just 9 minutes of playtime remaining, it's looking very hard. But there you have it, has been defended, has been protected well enough to the gloves of the keeper, as he's gonna just try and take things a little bit slow, and all he can do is try and hog possession right now. DK does not have a lot of attacks remaining, but this one could be deadly. Cruyff, he's got to take a shot with him some point or the other, but somehow it just deflects, and it's a goal. How?
Oh my goodness! Wow, that was absolutely bizarre and could be a massive, massive moment in the game. Potentially even a Terra Virtua super moment if that actually leads to a comeback for Hyderabad FC. Because that was just, first of all, the player was injured, and I'm sure that figured on DK's mind that okay, this guy is injured. Maybe the shot won't be as powerful as it could be, and the shot wasn't as powerful as it should be. But the ball somehow, in some bizarre physics, managed to deflect. And again, with the injured Cruyff, he comes forward. Seems like the lucky charm for the moment. And with Eusebio in the box, massive moment for DK over here. Can't get the chance away. And surely now, Afnan will just hang on to that ball for dear life. This is the second time he's been in this kind of situation, seeing it out at a 3-2 scoreline. And yeah, I think it's done now. He's going to run that clock down. Moment it's at 1 minute, kicks it out and breathes a sigh of relief. There you go. I think Afnan, every time he wins, he is like a living version of that apology celebration that they do within the game. He's like, sorry guys, sorry,
Sorry, guys,
sorry,
I
I
just
beat you.
beat
It's
you.
okay.
Yeah.
But there you go. He gets it done. 3-2 is the scoreline for FC Goa. And Afnan, as has been the norm for this tournament in 2022, getting the job done, taking the pressure off his teammate, and of course, now the pressure massively on Adizima and Hyderabad FC to try and get those 3 points, which are really, really vital for their chances to try and claw their way back into the top four.
Yeah, and with Adizima, there's still those breathing chances. Of course, you've got to trust him. He's gone against the best in the leagues, and he has, done so much. He's broken Shubham's unbeatable run. He's taken down Saranj. He is in quite a form, to be honest. But again, coming down to this match, it was such a close tie. And for a moment, I really felt, DK had that momentum, especially towards those end moments. I felt he could have scored that equalizer had Theo Hernandez not, just cut in through and made that defense. But yeah, it was a really cagey affair. And FC Goa, just being the better team in terms of the chances that had been created, it was not sloppy, right? Look at the confidence just shimmering out of Afnan. Every single time he went for the goal, it was not some sort of a haphazard goal, right? He planned it out right through. And this is exactly that I was talking. This is something that DK should have done long, long ago. That is not to double question himself, rather go in directly for the shots.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if he had played the way he did in the second half from the first half itself, I think it could have been his game because he scored a couple of pretty decent goals, had the opportunities. Of course, Afnan towards the end did get a little bit nervous, and the overloads on attack were helping DK. This one was a bit of a bizarre goal.
Oh,
Shot hits the keeper, hits the defender, and then hits Cruyff and goes in. But of course, no time to complain about it, no time to marvel about it. And there you go. On the balance of it, FC Goa just shading it both in terms of the score line and in terms of the stats as well. Expected goals of 1.8 to 1.4. Afnan hogging and dominating that possession for most of the game,
yeah.
doing a pretty good job over there. And we do have Afnan available over here to have a chat with. Let's head straight over. Afnan, buddy, congrats on the win. Another win for you in 2022. But quite a nervy win by the end of it. A little bit, you would have been having your heart and mouth a little bit. So, how are you feeling in that second half?
Yeah, the second half was very nervy. DK almost came back, and
Oh yeah.
when I scored the third goal, I thought, okay, now I think I can keep the ball and see this game out. But he scored another one, and at the dying minutes of the game, he had another chance, and he could have scored. And I was very nervous, but luckily I was able to come out of the game with a win.
I don't think that's luck of none. I think it's just your confidence as you've evolved as a player throughout the eISL that has
Thank you.
helped you do that. But again, I've got to ask you, you've been going through some tough times lately. It's almost 1 month away that you've been from the playing field. You've not seen you in action. So talk me about it. How have you dealt with these hard times?
Yeah, I mean, we had like a 1 month break, and I think somewhere that break was much needed for us because we needed to figure out, and the rest of the teams also played a lot of games in that break, so we sort of had a game plan now. We saw other teams play, so now we know that how the league is shaping up and how things are going. So I think this break was much needed for us.
All right.
Well, yeah, converting adversity into strength clearly, and
Yeah,
well, congrats on your win. Good luck to Vanshad for his game as well, and hopefully we'll chat with you soon.
thank you guys.
Cheers.
Right?
All right, so there they have it, right? Clearly, speaking their hearts out. It's been a tough time, but they still maintained, that calm demeanor and still researched on all those games, watched it through and through, knew where to find those chinks in the armor, and then went in for the kill. And here he is, Afnan. Again evolving as a player with every passing day, and he's such an interesting prospect, right? He's not a newbie, right? He's been in the FIFA community for quite a long time. But you talk about the juggernauts now. This is where the big boys are in play. V Sharma going up against Adizima. Now, just mentioning these two names, I'm pretty sure the ones associated with the FIFA community, it brings goosebumps. A very high stakes matchup over here. And, well, Adizima, he's got to make that comeback. He's got to somehow win again to make sure that Hyderabad FC still keep their dreams of making that top four alive. As you can clearly see, DK not really happy with his performance, but for Vanshaj, it's more than just a match. It is more about, sort of keeping his glory going on. A lot on the line, with which words really fall short of. But yeah, let's see if he can make a comeback today.
Yeah, absolutely. He'll be looking to get going as soon as he can. We look at, of course, FC Goa, probably the youngest team in the tournament. Both players 18 years old, and we see over there fairly evenly matched in terms of goals scored. Again, they're not particularly, both these players not particularly prolific in terms of goal scoring, just about averaging 2 goals per game. But their defenses have always been what they've prided themselves on. V Sharma and Adizima, both very, very defensively organized players. Both prefer to play that narrow 4-4-2 diamond formation. So it could be a case of them cancelling each other out. Of course, they have not played each other individually in the tournament so far. The fixtures were flipped the last time out. So it's going to be an interesting proposition, a match that all the people who are familiar with the FIFA community in India would have been looking forward to since the fixtures list came out. And yeah, there we have it. FC Goa and V Sharma wasting no time, giving that ball away a little bit early. And now Adizima, he's going to be playing on the counter attack. Let's see if he has a game plan. Let's see if he's going to try for a meta goal. But a huge gap in midfield and immediately a goal for Adizima, wasting absolutely no time. A cheap giveaway by V Sharma in the middle of the park. And Hyderabad FC capitalized immediately.
Yeah, the defense was absolutely in shambles, but Adizima knew exactly what to do, and still, carrying forward that form that he is in, he's not gonna, miss all these shots. Look at the acres and acres of space given to its spell and not being marked at all. And yeah, V Sharma, can't really blame him. He's been through a tough time, a little bit rusty here and there, but now he's just getting started. This early shock was exactly what he needed to get back to his senses, and we've got to see if he can pull this one off. He's got to score an equalizer, and he's got to do that really quick.
This has sort of been the pattern of play for Adizima in the last few games, where he's gone out and got a very, very early goal in a match where he has been considered the underdog. And it's worked out well for him because after that he's just managed to keep possession and really grind that game down. We saw him do it against Saranj, where of course he needed to score a late goal. We saw him do it against Shivam, where he really just completely took the sting out of that match. And now V Sharma, of course, going to take him just a little bit of time to get into the flow, into the zone of that LAN environment. And you can see very, very tight defense, as is to be expected from Adizima. And there again, picks the ball up. He will have a game plan. He is, of course, a very cerebral player. He always really scouts out and susses out the opponent and knows exactly what their weak points are, what their pressure points are, how to put pressure on them. And that's exactly what he's doing. And well, as he tries to keep his clean sheet intact and score a goal, you can get your animated team mascot worth $19.99 for free from terravirtua.io/ISL. So head up there straight away. And heading up the other end of the pitch is V Sharma now. Trying to get the ball, but very, very congested. Adizima doing a great job of winning that back.
Oh yeah, and again, you've got to talk about it. Adizima, lately, the kind of form that he is in, this could be another potential break. But yeah, like I said, this was exactly the jolt that V Sharma needed, right, to get back to his senses, understand the competition. The level of Adizima has gone way up. So of course he can't be really complacent, because if that happens, then he's going to concede a few more. But this is a really good chance that he has created. Still looking for that opening, passing it on to Eusebio, struggling through two defenders up until the point. Maldini comes in for rescue. And Adizima again, he's sort of called himself as one of the most defensive players, but this from V Sharma was exactly what FC Goa needed, just finding a little bit of an opening through that missed pass and directly going in for the shot. And FC Goa, they have leveled things up. It's 18 minutes gone in, and we've just got it started.
Yes, another potential Terra Virtua super moment of the match right there. But you would have to say, I think a very, very uncharacteristic giveaway from Adi Zima. Really cheaply gave that ball back. And for V Sharma and his confidence, I think that would be massive to get that opportunity, one shot, one goal. That'll do his confidence a world of good. And there you go. It is now 1-1, and of course, if it stays this way, if this match ends in a draw, it does guarantee FC Goa 1 point from this encounter. Which, well, I mean, they'll be looking for all three at this moment. Of course, the stakes are much higher for Hyderabad FC at this point, and you can see that in Adizima, who's charging forward, trying to get in there. Again, a very cheap giveaway, but well, gets away with that in that situation over there. So a few uncharacteristic mistakes from both players. Clearly, it is a high pressure game. It is a nervy match, particularly for Hyderabad FC, who need to keep winning to keep their top four hopes alive. And now V Sharma possibly could have passed that ball a little bit earlier, couldn't quite get it away. And 30 minutes played, it is still 1-1, but both teams looking like they have plenty of goals in them. Both players looking in menacing attacking form. And I don't think this is the end of the scoring we've seen so far in this game.
Oh yeah, like I said, we've just got started, right? This is exactly the kind of a matchup that we really want to see, just to kickstart our Mondays, right? But again, Gullit passing it on, maybe looking for a pass, but kept the possession a little bit longer. Try to build it on. Still looking for those openings with Ronaldo. He's got a potential chance. Oh, went in for that quick pass, but there you have it. V Sharma completely anticipating that, went in for the tackle, where got the ball. Now he's on a counter attack of his own, and this has been sort of continuing. Now again, V Sharma, a player that we know, he does not like to pull off all those shenanigans. He likes to keep things simple, but Ferdinand just tromping through and went in for that shoulder, has managed to get the ball away, and Hyderabad FC, they're back on attack. So a really back and forth FIFA is what we're witnessing from both these players, and we are yet to see a potential lead before the end of the first half.
Yeah, again, and a lot of cheap giveaways in midfield. Potentially, as I said, one part of it is down to nerves, and the other part is, of course, both players are exceptionally good at pressing that ball and creating pressure for the opponent, forcing those mistakes. And now, this is a huge opportunity for V Sharma. Could have got that shot away. You can see he grimaces over there. He knew that was a big opportunity for him. And now, on the counter, again, a big opportunity for Adizima, not taken. Both players getting big chances to create those shooting opportunities, not quite able to get that final ball through. And now, will he go on the left flank? No, decides to go into a congested area and gives the ball away again. And this could be a great time for Hyderabad FC to score a smashing through ball in if Mbappe can get there, and a brilliant tackle, last ditch moment over there. And I think now V Sharma will be happy to see this out, or will he? Because yeah, he looks like he's going to use that final attack of the half to try and create something, and eventually radar still not quite there, and it is 1-1 to FC Goa.
Oh yeah, and we did talk about the sparks flying, and nothing really, no stones unturned over here by these two players. And Afnan, he's just gonna give some sort of tips and advices that he could see a third man's perspective, as we call it, and just help V Sharma getting in his old touch, because again, V Sharma, the most reliable player of FC Goa, as you can call it, because earlier when Afnan was going through a rough phase, it was V Sharma who always kept them in contention, kept them in competition in those 1v1 battles, right? But again, this time, FC Goa, they would want to see things through in this particular game itself. But as things are going, if it continues, then FC Goa still in the upper edge. But yeah, Adizima, he's not going to let that go so easy. And that being said, we are back with the second half commencing in front of us, ladies and gentlemen. And we've got to see who gets the winner this time. Because if Hyderabad FC, they do that, then we are in for a treat. We are going for that co-op decider game. But if FC Goa manage to win this through, then the third game is would just be a formality. but could be a potential important match for Hyderabad FC. But still, we've talked about this, Azim. Hyderabad FC desperately need this win because they've got to keep their hopes of making it to the top four alive.
Yeah, and I mean they really needed to back up the last few performances they've had. I mean, those crazy wins against Chennai FC and Odisha FC really count for nothing if you can't really back it up. And these are the really crucial wins. All the matches against those top four contenders are absolutely huge for Hyderabad FC. So they will definitely be searching for all 3 points. And well, it starts with Adizima scoring another goal in this game, of course, and trying to get that ball off Ravi Sharma, who I think in the second half is going to be a little bit more patient in his build up. I think he was trying to force things just a bit uncharacteristic for him. Usually one of the most patient players in the game, but of course he's been out there. You go a bit of a forced pass over there, but you can't really blame him. He's been out of the land environment for a while.
Oh,
This time getting that shot away, wins the ball back. Now with Neymar, now with Eusebio, still not quite. I don't think the sharpness is quite there for V Sharma yet. And usually he would have put those away, no problem. But this is he's keeping that door open for Adizima. It's just about ajar. Adizima has 1 foot in that door and he needs to find a way to kick it open. Right here, he does have the opportunity, but V Sharma spots that and cuts it pass out. It is getting very tense over here. 30 minutes to play. Both players desperately want that goal. Of course, Adizima, the urgency for him will be way more than it is for V Sharma because, of course, of that first win
yeah.
that Afnan managed to get against DK. Another cheap giveaway and immediately a pause queued. So we are going to see some substitutions, some tactical changes coming for Hyderabad FC. And in this moment, as an opposition player, I was about to say you don't want to give the player the pause that he wants. You want to keep that ball for as long as possible, delay their tactics, delay their substitutions as long as possible. But of course, didn't quite work out that way. And now Adizima, of course, a very tactical player, very smart player. He's going to have a plan B up his sleeve, and it's up to V Sharma to try and withstand that coming onslaught.
Oh yeah, and I think V Sharma is gonna have some tricks up his sleeves. But like you said, he's not the sharpest V Sharma we've seen there, but he's getting there. He's getting there slowly and surely, of course, because he's been fighting a lot of battles, right? Both inside and outside the stadium over here. So again, we've got to see if he can really manage to pull himself through. A draw, I must say, still a quite a good result going in for FC Goa. That is all that they can sort of live with in this matchup because they still do have a lead over there. But Hyderabad FC, they're definitely going to amp up the pace, taking the shot this time. But of course, the long reach from Van der Sar, and making sure that the ball does not pass through him as FC Goa. They're going to make a run of their own now. Again, trying to build things up. Now, talking about how V Sharma likes to play, he likes to keep things simple, right? Nothing too flashy, nothing too outrageous. He looks for those perfect passes, and once he gets it, he does not miss, right? But this is a good run from the right wing, a perfect pass given on to his Ronaldo. This could be a potential goal, but I really thought maybe with Ronaldo, had he gone for that shot, it could have seen things through. What about you, Izzy?
Yeah, absolutely. I think he could have taken that shot as well. Eventually, the pass was that sort of lobbed pass, which sort of took pace of the ball, gave Adizima time to react to it, and of course, the defender managed to get the block. But now another chance over there, fires that ball into Ronaldo, still managing to keep it. He's done really well to keep that ball. Again, recycles possession. That's more like the V Sharma. We know beautifully worked, takes the chance, but saved by Casillas, going for that low-driven finish into the corner, and keeper up to the task. Now, beautiful little skill move over there to get past one defender. Can he get past two? Doesn't need to. Gets the ball to Ronaldo. Beautiful nutmeg over there, and it's a penalty. It's a penalty.
No, Azim. This is something that Hyderabad FC cannot afford, at least at this point. But it is what it is. Adizima has got to make some miracles out of it. And do you think it could be a Panenka?
Oof. Nervy moments. Adizima has saved a penalty before. Can he do it? And he does! V Sharma goes straight. Adizima calls his bluff. And another Terra Virtua super moment of the match right there with the penalty save. Could be a huge save in the context of this game if V Sharma doesn't manage to find that goal. He's been knocking on that door repeatedly. I mean, or rather, actually, I'm contradicting my own metaphor. He's been trying to shut the door repeatedly on on Adizima. Not quite happened, but now it could be lights out.
What?
And again, Casillas
How?
there to make the save.
Oh God, I do not know what changes here Adizima has made, but it is clearly not working out for him, and he does realize that getting so much openings, and this is something that you cannot afford to do so. But as we take a look at the replay over here, and well, that was so well read, and Adizima, like you said, could be the Terra Virtua moment of the day, the way he's played this one out, but. Yeah, Azim, this is getting so exciting here on now. And for somewhere down the line, you've got to feel bad, right, for V Sharma, because he's been creating a plethora of chances, but nothing seems to go through. Casillas, he's been showing those immense reflexes, but with just 11 minutes to go, this is a corner, and V Sharma has got to look to convert it into a goal somehow or the other. A lot of men down there defending it along, and Matthias finding a little edge, gets the tackle done, but Gullet still somehow keeping the possession, but goes outside for a throw.
Yeah, did well to stop that counter attack over there, and that's really the name of the game right now. To stop Adizima finding those long balls in behind defense, because they are so hard to defend in this game, particularly if you're trying to play a high line. If you drop very deep, it hands too much of impetus to your opponents. You have to try and keep your defensive line as high as possible, just like in real life football. And now with Vinicius Jr. comes Adizima, gets into the box, and is that a penalty? It's another penalty the other way. Oh my goodness,
no.
the drama over here. Could this be a tale of two penalties?
Oh no, oh no. This is the nerves tingling, really. Not the way it was intended to be, but V Sharma has got to forget about everything, as he's got to focus on this one save. Now we've got to see if V Sharma, can find something out. He's gone for the run. It's another save. Oh God,
my goodness.
Azim, what on earth are we here for?
Oh my God, both players saving penalties, and now Vinicius gets into the box again. We are having Terra Virtua moment of the match after moment of the match. These were two moments of the match together. It's quite outstanding. And now on the counter attack comes V Sharma. Surely has to finish it off.
No!
Second guesses, doesn't take the shot. And still an opportunity for Adizima to come forward now. This is incredible what drama we're witnessing over here. Hyderabad FC absolutely hanging on in this moment. They are, of course, still in the game at 1-1. It could have been curtains for them. And V Sharma lives to fight another day.
Oh no, Azim. This is not V Sharma at any other day. You could see him questioning himself over there. Did have all the chance, all the time in the world to go for the shot solo, but again, he's not out of chances. The last chance, he's going to take the shot, and yes, he scores. And there it is, the winner that FC Goa were yearning for, were looking for. And finally, this is lights out, as FC Goa, they will be securing those 3 points. And the much-awaited comeback we have been seeing, V Sharma trying in and out every single time, but finally find success in those dying minutes of the match. And, Adizima, he's also got to admit that V Sharma was definitely the better player inside the pitch. So many lost chances, but in the final moment, he does score, and we do see the smile come up, and that's really precious.
Oh man, that was just absolutely intense. And I think you also have to admire the fact that that Adizima kept trying to attack despite that entire penalty drama and everything. He could have said, you know what, let's just sit back and see how to draw and try to get a point in the co-op match. But of course, it was a case of really all or nothing for Adizima, and eventually Hyderabad FC walk away with nothing from this game. It is 2-1 to V Sharma. Absolutely crucial, and really a tale of two penalties. If Adizima had scored that penalty over there,
Yeah.
it could have been curtains. And I think V Sharma just guessing the right way. Adizima, you could see in that tournament, and I'm sure we will get to see a replay of that later, that at till the very end he had it for just going straight down the line, and just at the last second he changed his mind to go to the left of the keeper. And well, V Sharma had made up his mind. It's really a game of numbers, penalties. It's 33%. There's three options: left, right, center.
Yeah.
You choose one, and the opposite. You hope the opponent chooses the other. But very, very intense match over here. Drama really started 70 minutes onward, and oh my goodness, what an absolute thriller!
Yeah. I mean, this is one penalty that you've got to. It all started with this, right? He was, trying to call the bluff, and after this, we really saw the goal finally getting scored. And yeah, there you go. There you go. He's gonna go in for the shot. He took a lot of time, changed a lot of players, but there you go. It was defended, and he was clearly not happy with how it went. But Afnan still asking him to hold on right after we saw this one. And Adizima knew he should not have missed this one. And he know that this is going to haunt him for the rest of the evening. Went in for that right, but Van der Sar making sure he takes the right decision over there and has managed to pull off that save. But what happened after that? This is where again we're sort of in that mid phase. He had all the time and chance where he could have actually gone for the score, but this is again he just went all in. He was like, chuck it. I need to go and score this one. And yeah, with the players that you have, you're up three. With Ronaldo, you can definitely afford to take those shots. And yes, this is it. This is exactly that they needed. Ideally, most of the times we've seen players taking this sort of a shot and hasn't really gone through. But with V Sharma, the way he's been creating the chances definitely was the better player inside the pitch. And yeah, there you have it. Have finally managed to edge out on that victory. I will not call it quite decisive, but look at the expected goals, Azim.
Yeah, I mean, he created a lot of chances. Of course, a lot of saves by the keeper. Both players missing penalties in that game. So really, it could have gone any way. We could have had a draw. We could have had Hyderabad FC winning, and eventually we did have FC Goa and V Sharma getting that win over there.
Yeah.
So massive drama, and of course that means that well, for a change, FC Goa don't have to rely on their co-op.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's going to be a nice sort of exhibition-y match for us to watch.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about the co-op game. It will again be something of a FC Goa warm-up in their co-ops, right? They've been out of touch for quite a long time. They just want to settle in through, nothing much to worry about. But for all you viewers out there, we're not just done with it yet, right? You can sign up. All you've got to do is head into terravirtua.io and you're getting a free NFT, and that's the VFlect. And if you want to support your own club, you're gonna get an NFT. The VFlect you're gonna have is gonna spot its logo, and this looks really dope, I must say.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, the FC Goa jersey looking pretty spectacular as well. So might change my mind from Northeast United FC and switch my loyalties for FC Goa for this one. Of course, it's nice and orange, just like the Netherlands jersey, which is the international team that I support in European competition. So well, very interesting propositions for those of you who are into the NFT ecosystem. And of course, now a smile on the face of the FC Goa players, and good to see that they've been away from the game for a long time. Of course, dealing with a few family tragedies, and good to see them coming out of it, playing well with a smile on their face. And you can see the dejection on the faces of the Hyderabad FC players, because they knew what a huge chance this was. This could really be lights out for their top four ambitions. It would take now an absolute complete miracle for them to be anywhere near that top four.
Yeah.
And for FC Goa, this is a result that's really cementing their place in that top four. I think maybe just 3 or 4 wins and they could be guaranteed passage into the playoffs. So very vital on their journey. They have been sort of early favorites in this tournament. They've been, I think, for me, the most consistent team in the tournament. They've really, apart from maybe you could say SC East Bengal, who have consistently just blown away everybody they've played against. But FC Goa, they've shown us a mix of things. They've sometimes done it the hard way. Sometimes they've completely dominated defenses. Sometimes they've played and won matches in games where they were not particularly playing well. So they've showed all the hallmarks of potential champions, of potential top four qualifiers. And co-op, of course, probably still, in my mind, the best co-op unit over here, as we see getting in over there, going for a chip, and Casillas keeps it out. And Hyderabad FC survive an early scare, and will be hoping to get salvage some sort of pride over here. And of course, goal difference and games won could factor massively into Hyderabad FC's equation come the end of the season. So they will be looking to win.
Oh yeah, and Casillas almost saved it with his fingertips. Otherwise, it had gone in almost. But again, now right after Hyderabad FC, they're sort of trying to get in, score a few goals. Just vent out the frustration. And like you said, Azim, I completely agree with you because again, with losing this matchup, it's gonna just slim down the chances of making it to the top four. And I think with this win, FC Goa, they're back into the top four. And talking about a lot of teams, again, they've been one of the most consistent teams. It all came down to their co-op game, right? Their contingency plan, the plan B was always there. They were the strongest unit. Individually, might not be the strongest, but as a team, they play some really good FIFA. And that has been working out, considering how this format pans out, right? So FC Goa,
Yeah.
again, hitting all the right strings to get together again today and have managed to take home those 3 points. Now, this game is just about getting their good old co-op touch in form. But again, for Hyderabad FC, they've got to try and get some win, maybe a consolation, because boy oh boy, the players just look so demented.
Yeah, they won't be particularly happy about how this has gone, particularly with how close that game was with V Sharma and Adizima. But getting in there, getting an opportunity, taking the shot, gets the goal. Doesn't really matter too much to FC Goa at this point. They can afford to just relax a little bit. Nice little celebration over there. Showing off just how much they know about the celebration shotguns within the game. So
Yeah.
for Hyderabad FC, of course, they will want to get this win, and it does look like might be an early substitution or something coming.
Yeah, some sort of changes definitely being made. If it's a substitution, we're gonna see what they've opted for. But again, Adizima and DK, they were in such a good form, and today it all came down, fell into pieces. And when we really thought, this is exactly the Hyderabad FC we wanted to see, and now they're gonna get a full stop on the momentum that they've built across, and this shows how open this league is in terms of the competition, right? Anyone can just beat anyone, everyone, right? That has been the motto, that has been the mantra. But now FC Goa, they're sort of starting to get their attack back. And with Neymar Jr., a little bit of pace over there, went in for a pass on towards Ronaldo, but well read by Cafu. Goes in for the intervention, does get it though. And now, Hyderabad FC, they're back on their counter attacks.
Yeah, back on the counter attack, but almost one back over there, and now definitely one back by FC Goa, who also experimenting a little bit. We did not see any new centre halves in either of their team selections going for the tried and tested combinations, Maldini, Vieira over there. But now taking a few chances, trying out Desai in defense as well, getting a feel for the new players, the new icon cards from 2022, and a great switch of play over there. Huge opportunity for Hyderabad FC to try and double that lead, but not taken. It will be a counter attack for FC Goa, and we have seen this happen a lot in this tournament so far. Not so much with FC Goa because they would very rarely win both of their matches in the individual stakes.
Yeah.
But generally, when teams have won, we've seen this repeatedly with Northeast United FC as well. That generally, when you won both of your individual games, you tend to just play the co-op game with that little bit less intensity, a little bit less focus, and we have typically seen the losing team end up getting a consolation win in the co-op stakes, and does look like it may just be the case over here unless FC Goa decide to really go through those gears. And starting with that over here is with Neymar on the ball, trying to go for that nutmeg over there, trying to maybe win another penalty just to ruin Adizima's mood even further. But no, it does look like it is going to remain 1-0 for the time being. And nice purple ball being picked by whoever the game host is today, adding a little bit extra fun color to proceedings. And now it is FC Goa actually had a good opportunity to play Neymar in over there. Might still find the cutback and does, but the ball does not fall to an FC Goa player, Paolo Maldini, in that instance, very casually backheeling the ball out. I don't think he would ever dare do that in real life. But this is, of course, the world of FIFA and Ultimate Team, where everything in the that you could imagine football wise is possible. And as we are meandering now towards halftime, it is 44 minutes on the clock, 1-0 to Hyderabad FC. No great urgency right now. They'll be happy to see this out with 1-0, and I think we're going to see the whistle blow in just a few moments. There you go. It is 1-0 to Hyderabad FC. FC Goa, not particularly pleased with themselves, but I mean, there's no reason for them to be upset either.
Yeah, they're just trying to get themselves back, and not much of a forced try harding going on from their side is what we witness. But regardless, Azim, they've created a lot of chances. I must say, and Hyderabad FC. This was such an important game. They kind of threw it out of the park, but can't really blame them. The second match, especially, went in so close, went in so deep, and either of those teams had those chances to see it through. But well, it was destined to be V Sharma's comeback game today, and you can't really stop what destiny has in store for you. But as we head in with the second half, now again. Now this is where we're gonna see a few substitutions maybe made around that 65 to 70 minutes marker. But FC Goa still going to be eyeing out for that equalizer at the very least. Few bodies falling down. But this is a lot of room and space for Mbappe. All he's going to use his space and is exactly doing that. Can get the second one. And there you go. Hyderabad FC score again. And now again, a little bit of a smile coming on these players. But no, they just decide to go directly with the match. And it's fine. It's fine. It's completely understandable that all these goals that they're scoring is not gonna make a lot of difference, but maybe someday if things are tight for that top four, these goals could be really valuable.
Yeah, absolutely. Could definitely be important. I would say, particularly for Hyderabad FC, it would be more important. I do expect FC Goa to manage without it going to a goal difference sort of situation for them. But Hyderabad FC now will take their time. I think both sets of teams now are sort of treating this as one of the matches they play against each other in the hotels.
Yeah,
No major drama attached to it. They're just going to have fun,
no
try out a
pizzas
few
as
different
well.
things. Well, we did see like a very very crazy keeper movement as well. Almost it was banter level keeper movement in that moment over there, moving the keeper completely aside and leaving the entire near post free, just hoping that the Hyderabad FC player was going to go to the far post. And you can see being worked very very nicely. A bit of exhibition football from Hyderabad FC over here, and a nice exhibition giveaway as well. And now on the counter attack will come FC Goa. They would love to score a goal, just break that deadlock. Don't allow Hyderabad FC the satisfaction of that clean sheet. But well, if they continue to pass like that, Hyderabad's clean sheet will remain intact. And now coming forward with Mbappe on the left flank does have the opportunity to find that ball in behind. Elects not to take it and just patiently keeping the ball. Hyderabad FC just trying to see this game out.
Oh yeah, and at this point, FC Goa, if we could get to see at least a goal from their side, and that would be quite convincing, right? They can feel that, yeah, the co-op game is pretty strong because that has always been their strong suit, this co-op game. And today, really, it was sort of a reverse role situation over here. Both the players managing to see it through in their individual games, which is not really happen quite often because they always love that drama. They take it down to the wire, the final co-op game. But again, FC Goa. Well, if you talk about them, they've created a few chances. A few of the times they've been sort of unlucky because of how good Casillas was. But this time again, Hyderabad FC finding another break using Mbappe's pace from that left wing. They'll want to pass it on. And yeah, Gullit does receive it, just slowing down the pace a little bit and changing the field of play towards the right hand side. We've got to see what can they make out of this chance. Cafu passing it on towards Neymar. And Neymar, we've got to see. All right. So just trying to frustrate the players of FC Goa, try to find that little bit of a wrong positioning of any FC Goa defender, and then go and capitalize and then score.
Yeah, of course, this tactic would be working much more efficiently if FC. I mean, if there was actually something riding on this match. For now, FC Goa can literally, when they're keeping possession, they can just both the boys can just put their controllers down and be like, "हाँ खेलो भाई, keep passing the ball, enjoy yourselves." I mean, I tend to do that a lot in online matches when I am up against an opponent who's just hogging the ball and trying to see the game out. They usually do that. Oh, is that a penalty? No. Oh my goodness, what's going on over there? All sorts of chaos in the box, and well, even the FC Goa players can afford to have a bit of a smile about that. And now they'll come forward using the pace of Theo Hernandez over there. Has the through ball. It is on for Ronaldo. Will he go for a shot? Will he go for a chip? Will he go for a cutback? Cutback it is to Eusebio into the corner, and the goal on the counter attack for FC Goa. So they do get that one goal back. That's remind all the viewers that it was a very close tie between both these teams when it came to co-op as well. The last time it also ended in 2-1 with FC Goa just clinching that win in the dying moments. So maybe could be out to spoil Hyderabad's mini party over here and try to get that equalizer.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I think this is exactly that they needed, just the right fuel at the right time. And now that they've gotten the taste of blood, they're gonna definitely want a few more. And yeah, the players are pretty much chill. Nothing much really worrying them. They've got those smiles back on their faces, like we just wanted. But for Adizima and DK, hasn't really been the same story, right? They're still keeping their smiles on, their game faces on, but we all know deep down they're cussing themselves, for letting go of this matchup. This should have been theirs. But 80 minutes have gone past by. The last 10 minutes, Azim, and all that FC Goa want is that equalizer. But for Hyderabad FC, they would want to score one more and see it through, at least a consolation win. And this could be a potential chance. Vinicius Junior finding that opening, switching to that left leg, and Hyderabad FC score, as they did not intend on celebrating at all, because we've seen this, right? Teams really know this win is not going to matter to them a lot, anything. They're not going to get any points out, at least in this fixture. We still know those 3 points have been secured for FC Goa, who would want to score one more, not the equalizer, but at least try to close in on the gap.
Yeah, well, I mean, if they continue at this pace, they might just another great cutback over there for getting the shot away with Eusebio, but literally like 17 bodies in the box over there. How do you get a shot through that? It was like the other station almost. And there you go, get the shot away, and Casillas, the mortal enemy of V Sharma in this game, makes that save again. And well, not quite happening for them, as it is 88 minutes. Hyderabad FC, I mean, it's pretty certain that they are going to get the win in this particular game, but the 3 points the 3 points that actually matter on the leaderboard are going to go to FC Goa and get them right back into that top four battle along with SC East Bengal, and of course with a couple of games in hand, going for that finesse shot, but not quite the right angle that the meta favors over there, and this ball will, I'm sure, be kicked out, or rather walked out by Casillas. And there you go. It is 3-1 for the game for Hyderabad FC, but it is overall 3 points for FC Goa. A winning return, a return to form after suffering that shock defeat against ATKMB the last time out when they were playing. Getting back to winning ways over here, getting themselves firmly back into that top four debate, and with plenty of games in hand over the likes of Chennai FC and Mumbai City FC. It's looking pretty good for Hyderabad FC right now. I'm sorry, for FC Goa.
Oh yeah. I think with this win, they're gonna find themselves at the 4th spot. So back into the top 4 with a lot of games, still left for them. The only team who has played less games would of course be SC East Bengal, who are again one of the competitors for that top spot, as everyone at some point or the other will reach their maximum games played, and that is when we see who's got a better footing at the top 4, because it's still very, very tipsy and turvy. It's still tumbling up and down. We're seeing new teams come in, a few of the old ones going out. But for now, Chennai and FC, they're still maintaining the top spot. But again, with the highest games played. But if you have to talk about this entire matchup today, it all came down to those individual games, right? Afnan pulling
Yeah.
off a comeback, getting the win, and then the match of the evening, I must say, between B Sharma and Adizima, two very equally contested players. Well, it was not. I mean, both the players played really well, but it was more than those mistakes that they did commit, and which were not really capitalized by either of them. And towards the end, V Sharma just relying on his hunch, going in for the shot, and that could see things through. But as you can see, FC Goa, they've had a lot of goal at the goal. In fact, expected goals is the same for both these
Yeah.
teams. But still, Hyderabad FC being the more clinical one of the bunch, having the more possession. Indeed, they were the better team, we can say, in today's co-op game. But quite does come down to the fact, for FC Goa, they were not really putting everything going in. So it's all right. It's something that they can live with. They still are ensured those three crucial points that matter at this time of the league. So let's take a look at the scorecard. And yes, there you go. It's officially declared right now. 3 points earned for FC Goa. Quite a decisive victory, I must say. But it went down till the wire, at least in the second.
Oh yeah, that second game was probably one of the most intense individual matches we've seen in the eISL so far, and massive result. A result eventually, as it turned out, of huge importance, because if Adizima had held on to a draw or indeed won that match, it could have been a completely different story for Hyderabad FC after winning in the co-op, and the 3 points could easily have swung either way. And really, it was those two penalties, and particularly the penalty save of V Sharma, that really decided that tie, and of course the goal that he scored as well. And it's going to have plenty of reverberations around the leaderboard as well. Leaderboard, something that Hyderabad FC will not be wanting to look at anytime soon.
Yeah.
But for FC Goa, well, getting their momentum back, getting their season right back on track, and they'll be very pleased with their day's work so far.
Oh yeah, I mean the way they've been playing, it was so much more important, right? And before that, let's take a look at who was indeed the hero of this matchup, and has to be Afnan.
Yeah.
Those 4 goals have been scored. He has been a goal scoring machine lately, and every single time, even in the co-op games. Now this is so classic out of FC Goa, right? He did score 3. The one goal in the co-op was also scored by Afnan. We've always seen V Sharma creating those chances, and Afnan never really missing to score. And this time, kind of leading his team from the front foot. He made sure that he got the right momentum for V Sharma, because on a lot of occasions, if you talk about the last year, right, we usually see that Afnan kind of either ends up with a draw or mostly with a loss, and then V Sharma has got to clean all the pieces, and then eventually it goes down to the co-op game, and that is where FC Goa somehow find themselves through winning the entire thing. But today, he did not leave that to chances, right? Afnan was so confident, especially the 2022 version of Afnan that we have seen, the Afnan 2.0, really being so crucial today in FC Goa's victory. But what happened really in the next matchup was all about drama. And, I'm kind of really speculating what exactly would be the Terra Virtua super moment of the evening. So let's take a look at that and see which moment was it exactly. So many, goals that could have gotten in, but all right. So we settled at this penalty, right, where he had to go into that dive on his left, and indeed he does. And there you have it, the super moment of the match. More than that, we've seen a lot of saves, also very crucial saves. A lot of another different penalty which could have potentially been a Terra Virtua super moment of the day. But this was it, and I'm fine. I'm fine with anything from that match. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And now let's quickly take a look at the leaderboard. We see FC Goa now have moved up into the top 4 positions. Only one game less played than SC East Bengal, who of course will be in action today. So really net, if you're looking at it, they are sort of sitting in a net second place, looking very comfortable. Jamshedpur FC as well are in action today, will have played one more match than them. So they're looking like pretty solid contenders. But for Hyderabad FC, this is such a huge blow to their chances. If they had won this, they could have potentially gone up and overtaken Kerala Blasters and been looking at a potential top four by the end of the season. Not to be today, but we do have V Sharma with us. Let's head straight over and have a chat with the main man. Panchaj, congrats on the win. It's been a bit of a tough time for you, so best wishes to you and your family, of course. And well, getting back to winning ways today, very very dramatic win against Adi Zima. So how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. My game against Adi Zemo, I don't know what was happening, in the last 20 minutes
Yeah.
because like I missed my penalty. He also like I saved his penalty. It was really intense till the last minute, and in the 90th minute, I was like, I'm just gonna shoot because I was not shooting, so
Yeah.
it just went in.
It indeed, and again, this was one of those days where you did see through from those individual games itself. Of course, in the co-op, we could not see a lot of tryharding going on from your side. But again, likewise, has been a really tough time. 1 month out of the game, and then suddenly coming back in a little rusty, but you did manage to get through. So, talk us through with that 1 month. Like, what was going on? Were you actually playing FIFA, or were you watching the games at the very least?
I was like in the end days, of course, I was practicing because I have to practice because I have to come back and play the tournament. But yes, I was watching the games, I was watching, other teams play. As Afnan said in his interview, we were making a game plan because all the teams have played 3 to 4 more games than us. So,
Yeah.
we're looking forward to the next 9 games, I would say.
Yeah, of course, lots of big games for all to play, but of course, Afnan has really, really stepped up in 2022 as well, scoring a lot of goals, getting those crunch points. Do you feel there's a little bit of pressure taken off you now that he's found his form as well?
As I've said earlier, Afnan was, he was a little underconfident, I would say,
Yeah.
before. Now he's pretty confident, on the game. So, as I said, as he gains his confidence, the pressure is going to be off from him.
Yeah, I think it has already, started showing fruits,
Yes.
right? Because he's feeling a lot more confident with those shots, with all those build-ups, and I think this is the perfect time for him to really step up. Because today he was the one, leading the team. We really felt, giving those tips to you even when you were struggling with those chances, and we really hope that this sort of a run continues for you and FC Goa, and you keep on winning and make your family proud. And that being said, V Sharma, we're of course going to see more out of you because you've got so many matches to catch up. But till then, take care, buddy.
Thank you. You too.
Cheers. All right, so there you go. Today it was all about FC Goa and their match. They had to come back in. They had to prove that they were still there, one of the toughest contenders for the top four. But again, for
Yep.
all you viewers out there, watching this stream right now, you can get a free NFT from Terra Virtua worth $19.99 when you sign up on Terra Virtua, the official Hero ISL digital collectible partner. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are almost done with all with this matchup for our evening because we have two more going to get started because it's going to be a long Monday today, a very exciting Monday. But before we head off, a huge shout out to our sponsors, of course. This event is powered by Coca-Cola. Our associate sponsors, Hero Esports partners, Nordwind Gaming, our platform partners, PlayStation, and our digital collectibles partners, Terra Virtua, for making this happen. So Azim and I, we're just gonna take a quick little breather because after this, we're gonna hop on to the next stream where we have another matchup waiting up for you guys. So you do not forget to tune in. Till then, we'll see you on the other side.